Here we go, the rivalry renewed with the Liberty and the Aces here in Brooklyn. Pass knocked away by Talbot. Shot clock down to 7. Ionescu been playing very well of late. Will hoist it up and knock it down. Sabrina Ionescu burying her first 3 of the day.
One of the things Becky Hammond talked about is, even with the different lineups, trying to play tough on the defensive end of the floor, and then players just playing free and loose offensively.
Last 10 games, Ionescu 22 points, 48% from the floor, 40% from 3. Has gotten it going after a tough start. Knocked away by Stewart, ends up with Jones. Stewart having an excellent defensive season as well for the Liberty. Here's Astier wiggling through the lane. That's what she does so well.
Her ability to just split defenders and get to the bucket and finish tough finishes has been so impressive so far in her rookie season.
Here's Lloyd dumping it into Melissa Smith. Who's had such a strong season for the Aces as Smith buries the mid-range.
She's been more productive, Melissa Smith has this season, more efficient as well. That's not an easy shot over the long arm of Brianna Stewart.
12 points on 66% from the floor for Smith this season, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Jonquel Jones. It goes the other way.
Jonquel Jones trying to cut through the lane and just kind of runs over Melissa Smith before she then takes a tumble as well.
Here is Dana Evans getting her first start and throws it away from Lloyd as the Aces turn it over.
This starting group for the Vegas Aces has now played 2 minutes together on the season.
Here's Stewart, guarded tightly by Turner, and gets the whistle. Brianna Stewart is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Becky Hammond, though, talking to us before the game, was raving about Brianna Turner and her ability on the defensive end. Not only in her straight-up matchups, but she can switch 1 through 5. She said when both she and Asia Wilson are on the floor together, you have 2 post players who can switch 1 through 5.
There is Asia. Turned 30 yesterday. Melissa Smith's birthday was yesterday as well. Happy birthday to Melissa. Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Asia Wilson all sitting just for rest. The second half of this back-to-back for Vegas. Day game today, day game yesterday. Offensive foul there as Melissa Smith gets called for the personal.
Astier, though, the way she was able to navigate going over the screen. The first time she was able to fight over. The second time you see her getting skinny, trying to go over, but gets the foul instead. Working really hard out on the perimeter to apply that pressure.
Still no Leonie Phoebish or Satu Sabali for the Liberty as Ionescu misses that one short. Liberty do expect both them back, though, this season at some point, although there's no specific timetable, as Ionescu steps out of bounds and New York turns it over.
I like my timetables to be specific, Ryan.
Like,
just in general.
Yeah. 7 times 3 is 21. Talbot can't hit the 3. Jones taking it up the floor. Getting it back from Astier. Jones working hard, trying to find an angle. Good hands there from Talbot. Able to scoop it away. Talbot, the entry, deep position. Stewart, the block. The rejection of Smith. Here comes Astier looking for a cutter, finding one. Stewart fading away. Can't hit. Allen, another offensive rebound. Looking for some help, saying move. As she tried to get it to Jonquel Jones.
Beck Allen has been playing with really nice energy on the offensive glass.
Here's Talbot off the miss from Allen. Evans. Guarded by Astier. Another one of those great international finds. Jonathan Kolb in the Liberty front office. Smith, nice find, and the cutters. Turner on the finish.
Ooh, did you see the screen that Astier ran into?
It became an audible screen thanks to your reaction.
I mean, oof.
Jones connects on a three. A 10-4 start for New York. Here's Lloyd. Lloyd fires, can't hit.
Really good look, though, off of a nice screen, an on-ball screen, and Lloyd had plenty of room.
Already 3 rebounds for Jonquil Jones, and Alyssa Smith picks up her second. Chris DeMarco, his first season as head coach of the Liberty. We were asking him about just the year and what he's thought about it, how he's enjoyed it, and he's like, man, I have loved it. The camaraderie, the competition. And he said, I don't think you get into coaching unless you're someone who actually loves the ups and downs of it all.
As long as there's more ups than downs.
Right. Stewart on the drive. How about that left-handed finish from Brianna Stewart?
When she takes those makes those kind of moves and those finishes, you really appreciate how long her arms are. 7'1" wingspan on Brianna Stewart.
Talbot. Sock will put it up. Can't hit. Ionescu finds the cutter. Allen, the reverse is good. Plus the foul. And a chance for 3 for Rebecca Allen.
This is one of the areas where Rebecca Allen really excels. Not only cutting off the ball, but especially of late, her ability to finish off those cuts. You see her top left of your screen, just cuts through the lane. That is a difficult finish back over her head, but it all starts with the cut. Just knowing that Sabrina has multiple defenders on her, cut through the lane and find the open spot.
And how about Rebecca Allen's ability to slide into the starting lineup? She was out of the rotation at times this year.
It is a really hard thing to do as a player, to stay mentally ready, to continue to work hard every day in practice. She had a few DNPs as well.
Here's Yamamoto into the game. Passat will fire away and bury the 3. Indiana let her go. Vegas able to bring her in, and she has shown signs for Las Vegas, including putting up 17 in her first game with them. Can really shoot it. Here's Ionescu, short on that attempt. Passat in for the rebound.
Passat is a tough basketball player, and we saw that in her time at Vanderbilt as well.
We were sitting there courtside in the Sweet 16 watching her, impressed with what she was bringing to the table. Allen open, can't hit. Stewart gets a hand on it. It will stay right here. Loose ball foul on Las Vegas. Timeout on the floor. Good start for the Liberty. A 15-7 lead.
Big moments. Last year in the WNBA Finals, Dana Evans, 53% from 3 in the postseason, led all players in the WNBA. I talked to Dana pregame. She said, this is a great opportunity for me. I know I can do more, but the standard is the standard. Even though we're without the big 3, we have to come out and show what the Aces standard is.
Good stuff, Holly. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dana Evans was a massive difference maker in the playoffs for Las Vegas, and certainly in the finals last year.
Even in the semifinals against Indiana, Indiana would have to go zone against Vegas when Dana Evans came in the game because they couldn't keep her in front of them.
Yamamoto pulls and hits. Becky Hammond was excited to see what Yamamoto was going to be able to do today with more minutes, and she turned to her bench with a big smile right after that made 3.
The preseason game between Vegas and Japan, Yamamoto made 7 threes in that game. Certainly caught Becky Hammond's eye.
Here's Yamamoto speeding ahead, giving it up. Passat, no. Ionescu the rebound. Ionescu throws it away, trying to get it to Stewart. Here's Kirsten Bell. 4 turnovers for the Liberty.
Oh, if we get a Hanchu switch onto Yamamoto, just the size difference there, I'm going to ask for a replay.
Lloyd can't finish. Here's Fotukes, who's done a nice job for the Liberty. Another international find as Stewart swivels it in. 6 points for Brianna Stewart. Breen Fotuk signed a multi-year standard contract after she's been on a development deal. Here's Ionescu off the turnover. Finds the cutter. Gardner for the lay.
This is the way New York wants to play, as fast as possible, getting out in transition. They have numbers, easy buckets the last 2 possessions.
Gardner fouls Lloyd.
Just thriving when you can turn your defense into offense. And Hanshu, great hands. Just deflection, gets it right to the ball handler. Stewie runs the floor. Gardner right behind her. Big smiles. It's fun to play offensively this way.
Tanaya Latson into the game for Las Vegas. Yamamoto gets denied by Hahn. That's time the big one, the big little matchup.
Yeah, in the paint, they're going to tend to.
Oh, Fotuk finds the cutter. But Carrera unable to finish.
Ooh, there it is.
On Yamamoto. Here we go. Look at that height difference. Oh, Yamamoto gives it up. Alyssa Smith pounding it inside. Couldn't finish. And a foul and free throws for Alyssa Smith.
And I'll say this, as a big player, you never want to be switched out on an island to a player who's much quicker than you, because that's where you can get exposed. And Hahn does a really nice job here using her length. She probably doesn't have the foot speed advantage. And Yamamoto probes a little bit and then retreats. But
that's 5-4 on 6'11".
It's just an outstanding way to start your Sunday.
Fair that I get to add the littles perspective, because you frequently trigger me with all of your talk of the big little matchup. What I love is that my Yamamoto has come in this game and is absolutely fearless. She doesn't care how big Hanshu is. This is how she plays, and I'm representing for all littles out there, Rebecca.
Very nicely done, Hall. Johannes splash on a 3. That's what Johannes can do. Come in and bury bombs. Lloyd gives it up. Latson firing. No. Guerrero the rebound. Johannes. The Liberty up 11. Johannes through the lane. The kick out. Fotuk. Guerrero will fire in the corner. Unable to hit. Weak side rebound taken in by Latson. Bell steps into a 3. Off the mark. A lot of threes being launched in the early going. Liberty 3 of 9 from downtown. Vegas 2 of 6, and a foul is called against Las Vegas, and it will be on Yamamoto. Free throws here for Fotuk. It's been a French Olympian last 2 Olympics. Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule today on NBC and Peacock. Dallas and Minnesota, 3:30 Eastern. Later tonight on ESPN, it's Golden State and LA. Tomorrow on Peacock, Toronto, Atlanta at 8. Over on USA Network, Chicago, Seattle at 10. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
This is the brunch starter to the day, and then you've got lunch and dinner later. Just stay on the couch all day watching hoops.
That's right. It's hot. It's humid. Stay in. As Latson lays it in. Rebecca Hammond said she was curious to watch Latson today, getting this opportunity with a lot of run, knowing that, you know, not only last year did we see her game evolve in South Carolina, distributing, but 2 years ago, she was the leading scorer in the nation in college basketball.
And where she really thrived in her college career was attacking the rim and getting out in space. And you certainly saw her game evolve, become a little bit more well-rounded at South Carolina, but she has the ability to fill it up.
Becky Hammond telling us for Latson, and with her shot, just trying to get the mechanics consistent, but she can always get downhill. 20th pick of this past year's draft. New York, a 24-13 lead on Vegas. About a 13-second difference game in shot clock. Yamamoto speeds away. Latson Zipping through, shovels under, and Smith the finish.
And that's what you're talking about right there in terms of getting downhill. She gets on to commit over and just a little pass over to Smith for the easy layup.
Shot clock is turned off. The rookie Fotukes. Bending off Latson, hooks back a pass. No. Gardner at the horn, can't stick it. And now we'll do it for the first. The Liberty, a 9-point lead. In the way they have done this Legends Weekend since they bought the team. I mean, you've experienced it firsthand, first class, the way they do everything.
Really led the way, and it feels like a lot of other franchises across the WNBA, especially in this anniversary season, doing a great job with it as well.
Blocking foul called, and Latson will go to the line. That was something we were talking about with Becky Hammond before the game. She was complimenting Liberty ownership. She's so grateful for Mark Davis and what he has done with the Aces, how both of these ownership groups have done so much in the way they've invested in these teams and helped raise and elevate the standard in this league. As Latson hits the first. Good aggression early on here from Latson, too, off the bench in these minutes.
Yeah, playing to her strength. You talked about her going downhill, and we've seen that repeatedly from her, and she's had success.
How you feeling?
Awake and rested, Ryan.
All right,
How
good.
about you?
Good. Awake. Maybe not rested, but excited.
We're pulling our back-to-back as well.
That's right. Johannes. Step back three. Way off. And going to stay right here. Carrera battling on the glass.
This is a really small lineup for Vegas in there, so they're doing the best that they can in terms of trying to box out or get position inside.
It is amazing, too, Rebecca, how the Liberty have been able to just mine the international market and consistently find useful rotation players from overseas. As Johannes drops it in.
More than a useful rotation.
Yeah, exactly. But you have, so many different countries represented on this roster. Spain, Germany, France, China.
10 internationals on the Liberty roster.
Australia. And a whistle. We'll keep things here. I mean, look at that. Forgot about, the Bahamas. Leonie Phoebish as well, another international player from Germany. Phoebish, so good. It was so essential to their championship a couple seasons ago. Currently out with a foot injury, but the Liberty do expect her back this season. Here's Carrera finding Jones on the cut. Got fouled by Smith, and that's going to be number 3 on Alyssa Smith. Which, tough day for her to pick up 3 fouls early with the Aces so thin, sitting their big 3.
Aces already a little bit thin at the post position. Parker Tyus did not make the trip with the team.
A WNBA Late Pass gives you a courtside seat every week. Stream live games from across the league all season long. Scan the QR code to subscribe now for $39.99 a year and press play on the WNBA.
I was using my League Pass this past week, I think, for a couple Liberty games.
Nice. We're always watching the upcoming teams we have.
Exactly.
Here's Talbot. Talbot with some space, off to Turner. Bell steps into a tray and knocks it down.
Good penetrating kick and then extra ball movement by Vegas to get that look for Bell.
Jones handing it off. Johannes can't hit. Carrera did a nice job volleying in. It goes into the backcourt. That's a live ball for Gardner to flag down. Now you have a 4-on-4 the other way. Johannes no look to the corner. Fotukes on the drive, leaves it underneath. Gardner slithers in, couldn't finish it. No fruit at the end of that labor for New York. Latson speeding to the cup, got the whistle again, doing such a nice job getting downhill. And Tania Latson is going back to the line.
Using her quickness and then finishing with her strength. You see her frame. She's not particularly tall, but she's certainly strong. And here, when she gets in the open floor, using this quickness first and then the strength on the finish.
Carrera picks up her third personal as Latson hits the first. And Latson gets them both to drop. Latson 4 of 4 from the line. New York a 6-point lead in the second. Here's Jones turning the corner and pizza pies it in.
Just see the size difference there with Jonquel Jones and basically everyone else on the floor.
Hopped in beautifully on the attack. Again, it's Latson. The lefty finish won't go for Fotus. Carrera another aboard. Jones, deep three is good. Timeout, Las Vegas. Jonquel Jones with 10. And the Liberties. Las Vegas sitting Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson today. Second half of a back-to-back, third and 4 days for the Aces. We chat right now with Nalissa Smith. Nalissa, when you're playing in a game like this and you know some of your stars are sitting, how does the mindset change for all of you who are, going to get more run today and more responsibility?
I think it's just next man up mentality. We all here for a reason, and today's the day to show why we're here. Sure, this who should be in it. I ain't doing nothing. She the one doing everything right now.
I was just going to ask you, I'm sure see it every day in practice, but what's it like for you to see Tania get the extra minutes today and take advantage of them?
It's huge. Opportunities like this is to showcase, who you are and what you got. So I think she's doing a great job at that.
All right, Nalissa, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Yo, thank you.
That's Nalissa Smith joining us. And yeah, Tania Latson sitting next to her at 8 points in 6 minutes off the bench thus far in this half. Smith on the bench right now in foul trouble with 3. Here's Talbot. Unable to finish, but free throws here for Stephanie Talbot.
It was just delightful for me to watch Stephanie Talbot post up because she had Sabrina Ionescu on her back and she was just looking at her teammates like, throw me the basketball. She's just like, she was holding that post and the eyes were big, and like, you just know that look when you have a teammate who feels like they have the advantage posting up inside.
Talbot, the only member of the Aces to play in every game this season after the big 3 sits today. Here's Jones finding Stewart on the cut, and Stewie lays it in with the left hand.
Chris Johannes cut through the lane, cleared out some defense, and then Brianna Stewart was able to as well.
Evans wheeling off one leg, gets the roll.
Be so valuable to the Aces if Dana Evans can really find her groove and footing leading into the playoffs.
Jones, nice look, and Fotus lays it in. Beautiful pass from Jonquel Jones, who takes great pride in being able to deliver some of those flavorful passes. Bissot puts it in.
Who?
Amazing when a name can change mid-delivery. Johannes, wow. Had everyone faked out, including Ionescu.
Jonquel Jones at 6'6", and her versatility, and she loves to deliver the basketball. A beautiful one-handed bounce pass inside. JJ's got the whole package. The 3, she can drive it at you. Can rebound like crazy when she's really pursuing the ball.
Chris DeMarco was telling us in the aftermath of the All-Star game, She didn't fully have her legs, was a little worn down, but now over the last couple of games has her legs back and really playing well. The All-Star Game MVP as Talbot can't spin it in. Stewart off the rebound, gets it ahead to Johannes. Stewart draws two. Jones connects.
Just the one dribble by Brianna Stewart made Turner commit for a beat longer and get JJ just a little bit more open.
Evans, no. Jones with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of 3 from deep, 4 of 4 from the floor. Fotukes off to Ionescu. And a whistle here against Las Vegas.
So Brianna Stewart catches the ball in the post and takes one dribble, and that one dribble makes Brianna Turner lean her way right there. And that's enough space to then deliver the basketball back outside to Jonquil for the open look.
Brianna Stewart, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Jonquil Jones, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Here's Jones, didn't pull. Finds a cutting Stewart. Stewart bangs off, puts it in, but a foul on the floor is against Passat. That'll be her third.
Yeah, just barely moves into Brianna Stewart. What do you think? Second earlier, she would have been fine?
It could have been a play on.
Okay.
Jones, 7 to shoot. Looking to take Turner. The spin, the fade, the beauty off the window. Largest lead of the day for New York. It's 13. Jones has 12 here in this second. Yamamoto. Oh, tried the no-look delivery to Turner. Kicked around a bit, and we're going to have a jump ball with Allen and Turner.
Jonquil Jones, we've talked about the versatility of her skill set here. Backing in, step, fade away, the high release. There's just, Brianna Turner's a terrific defender. There's just nothing more she could do with that.
Jonquil Jones has scored or assisted on New York's last 16 points. What's interesting for as beautiful and fluid as her stroke is from 3, and she's 3 of 3 so far today, her career high in made threes is only 5. I feel like she could have an 8 or 9 made game in there. Ionescu throws it out. Jones wide open. No. A rebound, Astier. Another chance for New York. 8 to shoot. Stewart guarded by Latson. Tough assignment for her. Draws 3. Jones another look. That one short as well. Ionescu the O-board. New York accessing the offensive glass, and Ionescu couldn't finish the lay. Lloyd wants a screen, now finds the cutter. Turner couldn't finish it. Jones quickly ahead to Stewart in transition. Stewart drops it behind her head to Allen for the finish. Beautiful vision from Brianna Stewart, and New York on a 7-0 run. Lead is 15. Yamamoto tried to force it in. Ionescu unable to save it. Look out. Timeout on the floor. And the Liberty a 15-point lead. The Liberty a 44-29 lead over the Aces. Las Vegas sitting their big 3, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, all sitting due to rest after playing yesterday in Minnesota, Thursday night in Indiana, and Passat banks it in from 3. Aces will then play again Tuesday at home against a red-hot Washington Mystics team. Stewart elevates, using the window.
Tough shot, and that was really good defense by Passat. Staying between Stu and the basket after the switch.
Stewart in double figures. She has 10. Latson backdoor, kicks out. Lloyd touch pass. Wow. I mean, Passat can just absolutely throw flames.
And she's a tough-minded player as well. I'm really excited to see what this young woman can become in this league.
11 points for Passat. Here's Hahn. Astier gets it back. And Turner bounced out on the hedge for the foul. That'll be her second.
I mean, you see the back cut and then the extra pass, one more, and Passat just in the corner at 6'3". She brings size. She can switch a bit defensively. We've seen that she can throw flames, Ryan.
That's right.
From the perimeter.
You know, some people say flamethrower. I just like to say throw flames.
It's the same thing.
They both mean the same thing. Astier hits them both. You know, every game is significant in the standings. We showed you how jumbled it is. 2 through 8. Now, Minnesota clearly a cushion at 1, and then everything is just so tight. 3.5 games separating 2 through 8. And for New York, they're one of 3 teams tied for 8th right now. So every night, so much on the line when you think about seeding, matchup. Are you going to have home court in the first round? Could you have home court in the second round? Here's Stewart.
It's one of the things that's always been made the W so competitive.
Ionescu lays it in.
In a 44-game season, or fewer than that in previous years, just every game meaning something.
Yeah. And a whistle here against Las Vegas. Hey, coming up, Allied WNBA halftime. The Liberty ready for their playoff push. We have Monica, Malika, Drea, and Chennai.
Drea returns. Where was Drea yesterday?
I don't know. We missed her.
We certainly did.
Good to have her back.
Yes.
I was texting with her.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. She was wishing Andrea a happy birthday.
Did she also send Andrea a much bigger flower bouquet than you did?
No, that was just my friend Steve and Caitlin. All my other friends knew not to show me up.
How are the balloons, by the way?
Good.
They're good.
Yeah. They call them savior balloons. Here's Ionescu. Muscling inside, couldn't finish it, got a hand on it. Latson ahead, peeks at the clock. Astute observation there. Latson knew not enough of a differential to try and speed into transition there. Vegas will essentially hold this all the way down. Yamamoto guarded by Ionescu. 4 on the shot clock. Wow, Yamamoto with the footwork and the flip.
Looked like she was going to go over, then she went under.
Ionescu had it on line, just short. That'll do it. Stewart, both in double figures and both doing it very efficiently in that first half as well. New York has won 7 of their last 8 games. Vegas playing the final game of a 5-game road trip. They will host Washington on Tuesday. Lloyd can't hit the 3. I see you shaking your head yes.
Yeah, Jewel Lloyd is a player who you would think in this particular lineup would be looking for hers, would be looking to score, looking to create some offense for herself. Only a couple of field goal attempts, 2 in the first half for Jewel Lloyd.
So she gets one on their first possession here in the third. That's taken out of the arms of Ionescu. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, the Liberty pulled away at the end of that second quarter, but the Aces, shorthanded, are trying to make this a competitive game. They have to do a better job on the offensive glass. 1 offensive rebound in that first half. They got out-rebounded 23-11 in the first half. If they want to get back in this game, it has to start on the boards. That's what they keep talking about in the huddle. Rebound and run, just like we're seeing right there.
Good call, Holly. Also, they yielded 8 offensive rebounds to New York in that first half. Evans can't hit that three. Jones picks up her 8th board.
And that's going to be the bigger issue. New York is a very good defensive rebounding team, especially in their recent stretch where they've been winning games. They have not given up a lot of second opportunities to teams, but Vegas has got to get on their defensive glass.
Stewart, the turn, leaves it short. Alyssa Smith was limited in that first half due to foul trouble. Here's Lloyd on the turn. Will cup it up and off. Jewel Lloyd still without a field goal in this game. Ionescu lines it up. Can't hit. Sabrina Ionescu, 1 of 6 from three-point range. Here's Smith running the floor. Gets it out to Evans. Evans bouncing off defenders, knocked away by Allen and Stewart. Here's Stewart taking it all the way in. The putback won't go. Third try off the mark. Nobody has scored yet in this third quarter. Here's Lloyd slinging it out. Talbot throws it off the leg of Allen. And it will be Ace's ball. And Rebecca Allen is saying, that's a kick. She just threw it right off my leg. The official saying she motioned with the leg as it hit.
Motion with the leg.
Yeah. Some people call it a kick. I call it a leg motion. Here's Astier ahead of the field, laying it in. First points of the quarter for New York. And a whistle here against Astier.
We've seen throughout the course of this game just terrific activity defensively by the New York Liberty and active hands. In particular, Rebecca Allen has used her length to create some problems there. Brianna Stewart as well, and just it's easy. It's an easy game when you can get steals and go the other way for open layups.
Evans working behind Turner. Talbot finds the cutter. Smith's push shot won't go. Weak side rebound, scooped up by Allen. Here's Allen, has the size on Evans and takes advantage.
You know what we call that, Ryan?
Mouse in the house?
Mouse in the house. Ours is gone, by the way.
Good. Steve took care of it?
He took care of it.
Wow. See, and you were telling all of us he'll never take care of it. I'm going to have to do it.
I did never say
The
that.
mouse problem's all mine. Why won't he do anything about it? And here he was coming through as Allen buries the three. And Vegas needs a timeout. Lead is this. And a Hall of Fame inductee as we check in with Holly.
Well, Becky Hammond grew up in Rapid City, South Dakota, and where she learned all those nifty moves was playing against her bigger brothers in the driveway. She said, I got good at these trick shots and angles because I had to figure out a way to score against my brothers. She brought that skill set to the league, and I will always say this, young players who want to really learn how to play off the ball, if you go back and watch old Becky Hammond clips, no one was better in the history of this league at giving up the ball, and then the cuts and actions she would run to get back to the ball. It was almost unstoppable. I think it's good video for anybody looking for that skill set.
It may be grainy video, but it's good video. Yes, Holly.
Easy, easy, not that grainy.
I mean, she's my contemporary, so, you know.
Yeah.
It's grainy.
You can
That
take 3
video's
shots.
grainy, Ryan.
Midway through the third, Liberty lead by 18. Ace's big three sitting this one as Ionescu goes down in a heap following getting tripped up with Lloyd. And they call the foul on Jonquel Jones for the illegal screen. That is her third. So it's Astier, Jones, Allen, Stewart, and Ionescu for the Liberty as that goes out of bounds. Brianna Stewart saying to Rebecca Allen, got to grab that ball. It was deflected. You got to grab it. And then Big smile from both of them as Rebecca Allen said, oh, my bad. She didn't realize it had been deflected, and she just let it tilt out of bounds. Yamamoto trapped. And deflected, and again, now Ionescu lets it go. Kirsten Bell unable to hit the three. But a couple of loose balls the Liberty could have just snatched that they let tumble away. Here's Allen. Turn to the corner. Cross court. Jones a three. No. Astier went flying in, volleyed it, but right into the arms of the Aces. Latson and Passant getting ready to check in for Vegas. Both effective in that first half. Yamamoto throws it over her head to Smith, who lays it in. A whirling assist from Yamamoto. Hooked out of bounds by Turner. They'll say it last hit Stewart.
Give me some more whirling assists. And you see it here. Brianna Stewart, look, she's just all up on Yamamoto, and she's still able to launch it over and get it to Alyssa Smith for the finish.
Looking up at the scoreboard to see if that did, in fact, last hit herself. Brianna Stewart examining. Was called out on Stewart. Here's Yamamoto.
Astier's pickup points are so high defensively.
Latson giving it back. Passat can't hit that one. Rebound and knocked out of bounds by New York. Good effort from Latson. It'll actually be New York basketball. Hey, don't miss Golden State facing LA tonight. 7 Eastern on ESPN, Disney Plus, and the ESPN app. Coverage begins with WNBA Countdown at 6:30. And that's for Women's Sports Sundays. Tubes off to Johannes. Stewart spins into the lane. Push shot won't go, but a foul. And Brianna Stewart is going to shoot two.
Brianna Stewart cuts hard. She rolls hard off of different screening action, and it just makes her that much more difficult to defend. Just see how quickly she moves here. She just rolls hard. And then when she gets the ball, she continues in motion, using her length as well. Her motor doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And she's an elite physical conditioning. And so it's the same in the fourth quarter as it is in the first.
You know, and you can make an argument, Rebecca, that Stewie is having one of the better years of her WNBA career. She was injured much of last season with a knee injury, and she said in the offseason she had to have a real conversation with her wife, Marta. You know, like, is this how it's going to be? Am I going to be injured from here on out? But she is finally feeling better, back to healthy, and you can make a legitimate, you know, campaign for her as an MVP candidate, what she does for this New York Liberty team. Where would they be without Brianna Stewart?
I think she almost certainly would be in the top 3 or 4 voting today.
Yes, agreed.
If that happened, you'd have Asia as the clear favorite right now, and then she'd be right there with those other names in the mix. 3:10 to go in the third, and a timeout with the Liberty leading by 15. We were talking to Chris DeMarco about Brianna Stewart, and he said she's been the one, just brings it. Such a playmaker defensively and offensively. And you can really feel her will to win and how she impacts that in so many areas of the game.
And she's been that way her entire career, including in college. It's one of the reasons she won 4 national championships at the University of Connecticut. She just plays hard, loves the game, competes hard all of the time, offensively, defensively. And yes, she has the gifts as well at 6'4", long, athletic, but so much of it comes from her soul and the way she competes and wants to win.
Jonquel, Stewart, and Allen all in double figures. Huh?
Well, we've talked to Brianna Studer about that competitive spirit and where it comes from. She hates losing. And she said it started when she was a kid. She remembers vividly flipping the Candyland board when she was a kid. You know, Candyland is for, like, I don't know, 4 to 6-year-olds. And so she has been wanting to win ever since. That's a pretty intense young child if you're flipping the board if you don't win Candyland.
Well, I can attest to the Candyland ages, Holly, because it's active at my house with my almost 5-year-old. Evie hasn't flipped the board yet, though.
Do you let her win, or do you, like,
not anymore,
play hard?
But the other day, she had a string of 6 straight victories against me, all legitimate.
Really?
Concerning for me.
Slightly.
Glory for her.
Yeah, Evie.
It's the Disney Candyland, and she kept getting the Snow White card, which takes her almost to the end of the rainbow. And I was shuffling it well. I don't know what kind of magic trick she was pulling on me. Here's Hahn. She got it on a 3 as we chat right now with Rebecca Allen live from the Liberty bench. Rebecca, what have you liked most about the way you guys have played as a group today?
I mean, I just love our toughness out there. We're saying that we need to really work on our defense and stick to our principles, especially without, you know, their big 3 in there today. But offensively, see how we're moving the ball and cutting so well. My teammates are putting me off massively. But no, I think just the way we're moving the ball, sharing the ball, that's such a great part of our offense.
Rebecca, how have you been able to have this string of games, especially of late after, you know, it's kind of some starts and goes for the early part of your season?
Right. I mean, I've really had to lean into my own self-confidence a lot too, you know, and just trusting my process. And it's not all about just this one season. It's all the years I've done in this league and trusting in the process and all the preparation that I've put in. So honestly, I'm really proud of myself for that. And I'm happy with how I'm producing out here. But it's also just the trust that my teammates and coaches have in me too.
All right, Rebecca, thanks so much. We appreciate the time.
Cool, thanks.
Holly?
Well, you know, it's kind of crazy. We were told there was a podcast that came out yesterday where Rebecca Allen was possibly talking about this year as her final year in the WNBA. And we talked to Chris DeMarco pregame about it. And he said, we hope not. We hope that that's not true, that it's something maybe she's just starting to think about. But she's had a very long career, first in the WNBL in Australia, where she was a Defensive Player of the Year in 2014. She's been in the WNBA since 2015. So this has been a long basketball career for her. But she's showing today she can still produce at a high level given the opportunity. So the Liberty are hoping that that is not true on her radar.
And she's just 33 years old as Johannes lays it in. And then the Aces turn it over off the inbound.
And we were talking about it earlier in the game, too, and you hear Rebecca Allen say, I'm proud of myself. She should be. It is really hard to wait your turn and to not get the opportunities that you...
Johannes buries the 3.
Not get the opportunities that you work so hard for in the offseason, but she's stuck with it and really has been performing well.
Johannes up to 12. The Liberty lead has swelled to 22. Yamamoto skates in for the lay. Basant with 11, Glatson with 10 for the Aces. Stewart, what a rebound, and then gets fouled. Brianna Stewart with an incredible offensive board. And we'll go back to the line as Bell picks up the foul, her second.
Talk about Brianna Stewart's motor. Top left of your screen. She's outside the 3-point line when she goes in to get that offensive board. Just continues to crash the glass.
Liberty with a 32-19 advantage on the glass in this game. As Stewart hits them both. 69-47, New York in front. Liberty won their meeting against the Aces in the Commissioner's Cup Championship. Asia Wilson did not play in that one. 4-time MVP out today as well due to rest, along with Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young. Latson will go to the line. You know, we were talking yesterday about Courtney Vandersloot's. We were in Chicago. Courtney Vandersloot's 2021 playoff run, one of the greatest we've ever seen. Probably the best individual postseason we've ever seen was Chelsea Gray in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable. And the shots that she hit the other night against Indiana were so reminiscent of that. And she's got a long catalog of game winners and clutch shots throughout her career. But the way she hit those two, the end of regulation and then the end of OT, both at the buzzer, reminded me so much of the way she shot the ball and all the big buckets she had in their run to the 2022 title.
We've had some great clutch players throughout the history of this league, including Diana Taurasi. But Chelsea Gray has to be, if not 1A up there in terms of those kind of performances in the 30 years of this league.
Last hit, Bell out of bounds. Fotukes. On the spin, gets fouled on Shu. Will shoot a pair after the delivery from Fotukes.
It's the second possession in a row where Bell feels like she got a good clean block, but called for a foul both times. That's a tough roll for Hanshu at her size to be able to just roll, catch, and then corral the ball and go up with it. She's got good mobility, especially for a 6'11" player.
Yeah, 6'11".
Yeah.
Tallest player in league history.
Not history.
League history.
Not league history. This season, the tallest player.
This season, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Margot Dudek is still the
tallest player in the league this season. Yes. Bell gets it off. Can't hit the three, and 4.8 to operate for New York. Johannes, it's a great outlet, will fire, you bet! Big time finish to the third for New York as they outscore the Aces 24-12 in the frame. Johannes 30-plus footer there. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. 15 points. 15 from John Claude Jones, 14 from Stewart, and 10 from Rebecca Allen.
Vegas now you see sitting back in his zone defense.
One of the things Becky Hammond was trying to be thoughtful about when it came to resting her big three in this game was the fact that they play again on Tuesday at home against a Washington team that's been playing really well of late. She felt like her team was already dragging yesterday against Minnesota. You then come here to New York for the second half of a back-to-back. Oh, Johannes, nifty drive. Just couldn't quite complete the end of it. And so putting the eggs in the basket of trying to go get Tuesday rather than throw good money after bad, so to speak, here today.
Having a bit of a broader view, bigger picture of what this schedule's looking like.
Latson done a nice job getting to the cup. Tonight, Latson with 13 points in 15 minutes.
She's in the brightest spot to come out of this game so far for Vegas in terms of the opportunity she's been given and how she has handled it.
And Becky Hammond was talking to us about her just general excitement, curiosity about Latson, how she can develop, knowing the kind of scorer she was a couple of years ago in college. Bassat, back iron and off. Yamamoto, the rainbow delivery. And Chris DeMarco will take a timeout. 8:37 to go in the fourth. The Liberty.
Welcome back to the WNBA. Big news this week announced from Team USA, one of the most dominant Olympic teams in history. history. The USA roster announced by Managing Director Sue Bird, and we have several of those players in the building today. Of course, Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson headline that team. Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray also listed on that team. The FIBA break is coming up August 31st through September 16th, and it will have a heavy impact on this New York Liberty team as well. They are expected to have 5 players likely to play in the FIBA, whether it's for Germany, Spain, China, other teams, Australia. So there's a lot of talk about FIBA coming up and how this Olympic qualifying tournament will impact basketball moving forward.
And one name not on that list that has been a part of Team USA in the past, Sabrina Ionescu, that was a big story this week as far as players who didn't make it. She was the biggest name and was asked about it and said, I'm disappointed, of course. That's obviously something that I wanted to participate in, but I think it's just maturity. I understand how difficult it is. I'm excited for a lot of the new faces that get to go and have the opportunity to do the World Cup. I've done it already, so it didn't rub me the wrong way. I really understand the honor it is to wear the jersey, and I've been able to win a gold medal, so I'm very blessed.
And out of that timeout, New York just drew up a double screen on the upper and lower part of the Vegas zone, and watch JJ help lead it.
Here's Gardner on the cut, lays it in. And just to put a bow on that, Sabrina turning her attention towards the Olympics in 2028.
Tough timing because she's coming off of an injury, and staying healthy is such a big part of the process in terms of USA basketball, where when you look at that roster, all you can think is, wow, what a squad.
Yamamoto doesn't hit that one. Melissa Smith tried the tip, couldn't finish it. Oh, the cut from Carrera and the dish from Johannes. 25-point New York lead. 7:05 to go in the fourth. Here's Bell fading. A reminder, in addition to tonight on ESPN with the Valkyries in LA, you got these Liberty against the Fever Tuesday night on ESPN. Johannes short on that one. Smith throws it off the leg of Fotukes. Ends up over here.
No one's suspended, at least for now, for that game on Tuesday.
That's right. Caitlin Clark's 8th technical foul was rescinded right after the game, so she is available Tuesday against New York. There's Yamamoto. Assad can't hit. On at 6'11", able to just claw that rebound. Johannes working behind on Chu. Johannes underneath. Then Hahn lays it in. Latson a deep three. That one's good. Tanaya Latson in a real bright spot today.
And did you see how she held the wrist at the end? Because that's what Becky Hammon has been emphasizing with her in terms of her flick of the wrist at the end of her three-point shot. She held the pose for a second.
Gardner whirls it in, plus the jersey grab. And a chance for three for Rebecca Gardner.
We've been talking about Latson going downhill. Well, here she has the opportunity to step into the three. Becky Hammon's been emphasizing the flick of the wrist, and she just holds it up there. And then Beck Gardner attacking here. Going at Bell. Bell just wrapping her up.
Rebecca, when you look at both Vegas and New York and assess how they fit into the overall contender picture, what stands out to you about them and their prospects heading into the playoffs?
Well, certainly Vegas is a team that is a championship contender. I mean, they're the defending champion, and when they have all of their pieces healthy, they can really roll. And New York has been on a slightly different journey this year because of all of the injuries that they've dealt with and the different lineups and the players coming in and out. So it's resulted in not kind of the fluidity that we're used to seeing, or the wins consistently throughout the course of the season. But New York is finding their groove, even though they're still waiting for some huge pieces to return in terms of Sabally and Phoebish.
There is Phoebish. Critical part of their championship team 2 years ago. I want to also bring it back to that FIBA break Holly was telling us about. You're going to have a couple of weeks where these teams have all their players, a bunch of their players going over to play for their respective countries for the FIBA break, or just having those 2.5 weeks without games. How tough do you think it will be for teams to then settle back into a rhythm following that, as Johannes buries another three before we go to the playoffs? You know what? You're going to answer that in a moment, partner. We got a timeout. Johannes extends the lead to 28 for New York. 15 points all in the first half. And the Liberty starters have been able to stay seated for a while with this comfortable lead against a Vegas team sitting their big three with Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, and Asia Wilson. Gardner can't finish it. Hahn can.
It gets her teammates on the bench to their feet, seeing her just tap it back in without coming back down.
Latson dumps it in. Nice look from Latson to Turner for the finish.
Giving Becky Hammond a lot of confidence and reason to play Tanaya Latson, even when she gets those rested players back.
Oh, good footwork on the spin and the finish. 11 points in 16 minutes off the bench for Honshu. Talbot brings in a three. Side, not shy, can't hit. 4 of 12 from the floor now. Coming on 3:15 to go in this fourth. Honshu looking for help. Will put it up and in, plus the foul. A big smile from Honshu and a chance for three.
This is great. Honshu gets the ball in the paint and kind of gets turned around. Not sure quite what to do with it. Looking for open teammates, spinning. Let's go back the other way. Gets hit, finishes anyway, and then the big smile afterwards.
Points for Honshu. 5 of 7 from the floor, is 9 in this quarter. And now Rebecca Gardner will give a foul so that Podukes can come in. Hey, let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule today on NBC and Peacock. Dallas, Minnesota at 3:30 Eastern, and later tonight on ESPN, it's Golden State in LA. Tomorrow on Peacock, Toronto, Atlanta over on USA Network, Chicago, Seattle. For more on these games, go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
I love that Chris DeMarco just did that to, have Beck Gardner take the foul so that he could get Honshu out in a moment where she could get the ovation from the crowd. And you heard it, the crowd standing, her teammates just having a lot of fun with her. She's flexing over on the bench.
Big smiles over there. Under 3 minutes to go here at Barclays Center. A reminder, Golden State in LA tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Gardner can't finish it, stays here. 6 to shoot for New York. Brianna Stewart, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Rebecca Allen with 13 on 5 of 7 shooting. Jonquel Jones, 15 and 8. Gardner, no. Latson really got up for that rebound.
Yeah.
Yamamoto pulls and knocks in another three. It's a really fun rainbow stroke.
It really is. It feels like it's in the air forever.
Kind of like us in our travels this week.
Very, very true.
Anyone who's been flying this summer can relate. Johannes taking a flight herself. 24 points off the bench. She's 6 of 9 from 3. Latson scoops it in. Popped out of the arms of Fotukes. Assad back ironing off. Long stretch of running action without a whistle, which no one will complain about in a 30-point game. Fotukes off to Johannes. Does she have one more? You bet! Becky Hammond giving a smile to Johannes after she calls the timeout.
Johannes just assessing the defense. This is a deep rainbow. Gets it to go again. 7 of 10 from 3 on the day. This is not the same shot. Different defender. Same result. Have yourself a game, or Marine Johannes.
Marine Johannes has tied her career high with 7 made threes. She has 27 points. And again, this is the depth of the Liberty. They have so many different players capable of being difference makers up and down the roster outside their stars. And coming up, 3 Eastern right here on ABC. It is the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina.
For the
Owensboro against Clayton. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
You got a lot of years in your future, potentially, of going to Little League softball games.
I hope so.
If Evie chooses to play. Ooh!
Oh, hey now.
So, Maddie trying to do Maddie's things. And I mean, do you even try to dance when it's Ellie and the other party in the dance-off? I think you just concede.
Yeah, that's a battle you're not winning.
No, certainly a battle I'm not winning. I'm glad Maddie's back, one of the original mascots.
A new career high, 27 points for Marine Johannes. And she's done it in 21 minutes off the bench. Meanwhile, a little surprised, Jewel Lloyd only 2 points in this game, in a game where you didn't have the... Gardner off the steal, takes it all the way in, and then nearly knocks away another. Latson lines it up. Held the follow again, but that one wouldn't drop.
But the follow was a little to the side that time instead of straight down. But she held it.
Johannes, not that time. Gardner cleaning it up. She's in double figures.
If you're the official scorekeeper, do you give Johannes an assist there?
Derek Whitberg style? Perhaps. They want Johannes to take one more. Crowd still buzzing, hoping that Marine will. About an 11-second difference game and shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Johannes, one more. Rims out. Carrera the putback. This Liberty crowd riding with the arc of that shot. And that will do it. The New York Liberty